Are live. It is Isaiah Williams on your hottest radio station in America. That is Latin Evolution Radio, baby. We are live on all online platforms. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You name it, we got it. And if we don't got it, you don't need it. Thank you for everybody tuning in. We had a crazy past couple of weeks with the Drowning series. It was nuts. I just want to say thank you to everybody for drowning with me, more or less. A lot of people got vulnerable in these past couple of weeks and this month. So I know it takes a lot for you to do so, but thank you for doing that, because when you did so, a lot of things were exposed for a lot of people in a good way. I mean, we had a lot of people come out in regards to talking about topics that I don't think that they even remembered about. So it was awesome to be able to touch the world with the youth and a lot of other people too. So thank you so much for tuning in and doing that here. Everybody that is tuning in from Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're at, we appreciate it. Make sure to leave a comment. But the biggest thing that I want you to do for me is to share this post or share a live. Go to Latin Evolution, because each person you're sharing this to, I mean, you could possibly help out a good friend of yours or somebody in need that may possibly be going through something in which I'm talking about. It may not necessarily be you, but if you know a friend that was drowning, that was feeling like they're trapped, or feeling like they just need to talk about something, or just needs to have more attention on it, I'm very, very open to hearing about that. So thank you so much for everybody who shares it. I know it just takes a little bit to press that button, but it means the world to me and the people that we're touching here. So what we're going to do this week, I need to grab everybody's attention. I want you to listen to this. This is, I'm going to tell you a story. I need you to imagine a boy and a girl, 7 years old, 5 years old, locked in a closet with nowhere to go, thinking that there's no light, okay? And the only thing you hear is your mother screaming, your mother's not being there for you. And then you look around, all you see is darkness, but there's just one little spot of light, and that light's a keyhole, okay? And that keyhole is something that I had to look through as a kid. That was me. Like, that story is me. And I was trapped. I mean, not only as a family, but me, my sister, most importantly, I was trapped mentally. And that's what we're going to talk about in these next couple episodes. My apologies. Is being trapped. It's so easy to get into a mental trap and get yourself just locked into whatever you're going through. I mean, when I was a kid, I was mentally trapped to the point where I thought my childhood, I would never be more than a drug dealer's kid, okay? Or a kid that just joined a gang or whatever, be it as a youth. You know, I went through all these paths trying to become something I wasn't, because I looked up to these people that weren't necessarily the best, but that's what I saw. I mean, I was a product of my environment. When I saw something like that, it made me want to become so. So I very easily became trapped in that. As a teen, very easy, very easy to get trapped. I mean, social perception is a big thing. I grew up with, obviously, social media and stuff like that. I wasn't able to get a Facebook when I was a kid, when I was living with my aunt and uncle at first, which I see why, because now look, I mean, I post way too much, but it's okay. But I wasn't allowed to have that, so it made me really want to have that and have people to reach to, because I mean, I really didn't have friends like that. Wasn't supposed to leave the house, because we had to make sure, like, it got to the point where you had to clean every single step on our stairs back when I was kids. So, like, we had like 2 cats and a dog. We had to clean up every single piece of hair before somebody could come over, or before we could leave the house. So that means that's why I never left the house. So for everybody watching, I was wondering, like, why I never showed up to football games, anything like that. Well, for one, I'd always get myself in trouble and get grounded. But that would be the other reason. I'd be like, well, is the house clean? No, it's not. Okay, well, damn. but there's so many things. So, like, when I was going through that, I got trapped into being. I got trapped outside of my head. So, like, I wasn't seeing the life that was in front of me. I was blessed with having a house, having food to eat, having a family that took me in, and I was so outside of that. I didn't even want to hear it from anyone in this family. I didn't want to partake. I didn't feel a part, and so by me doing that, I didn't I didn't see what I had in front of me, and I'm very grateful for them now. Russ and Courtney, thank you so much for taking care of me and raising me as a kid, because it means the world. And now we are touching people together with my voice. So I'm very happy to be that person for everybody, because it means the world to me. I mean, it really does. This past week, I was at Texas Roadhouse, and someone's like, "Oh my God, I seen your show," and I'm like, "Yeah, we appreciate you. Keep tuning in to Latin Evolution Radio. Make sure you download that app." But she's just like, I'm surprised you talk about some of the things that you talk about. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fully putting it out there, because if no one else is gonna, that's why we have no filters on the Zay show here. That's the point. But back to being as a kid in this trapped topic and aspect that I had faced. I kind of look at it as like, everyone knows the story of Hansel and Gretel, right? On that story, you have a boy and a girl, two kids that were led down. I think they were led down a path with bad breadcrumbs, excuse me, and they were misleaded to believe a lot of things and live this life for this witch. Okay, but look at this as life. There's drugs, there's gang violence, there's just violence in itself. There's falling into the victim of what your parents do or what you see from them. All those things can literally be like a poison to your life. And that's kind of what I mean by the witch in that aspect, because she was going to cook them kids and eat them, right? But they saw in their face like the breadcrumbs, the candy, and stuff like that. So like they're very easily, I don't know how to put it, but very easily clouded by this poison in front of them, not realizing they had an option out. I mean, they were literally trapped. So like as a kid, to me, like where stuff was put in front of me like candy, it was drugs. I mean, it was definitely drugs for me. And when it was put in front of me, you like that high and you take it, and you chase that high every single day. You wake up the next day, first thing on your mind, that drug, that piece of candy, right? By you following that, you're missing out on the whole life that's even going on around you. Like there's people living real lives out here, going to work every day, seeing their kids every single day, having 3 meals a day. I mean, little stuff like that can go so far, but people don't live those lives all the time. I don't think some people realize that there's families out here that don't have the money to get food, like or their mother just wants to waste her money away on be it drugs, uh, gambling, her boyfriend she wants to impress. I think that's a lot of things where these kids can get trapped because of their parents' actions, and I don't think these parents are seeing it. I'm seeing it so much with the youth and youthful parents who all I hear about is your tax money that you get at the beginning of the year, and then you guys always argue about which parent gets it. I'm not saying all you guys. Like, shout out to the young teens and young mothers and fathers out there that are doing so and providing so and actually being a mother and father to your kids. But there's a lot of you out there, I feel like, that are doing it for the wrong reasons, having kids just to keep relationships together. And what you're doing is like you're poisoning the youth. I mean, because if you're not going to fully want to be a parent to these kids, you're not going to parent these kids. I mean, and I'm seeing it. I see it every single day. There's so much neglect in my city for the youth. It's really sad. But then I know all you listening, and you're like, well, he doesn't have any kids. Well, I don't think I do. But still, like, from what I see, this is something that I can make judgment on, I guess. It's my opinion, you know? But there's so much neglect. I feel sad. Like, that's why I'm happy to be Uncle Zay to everybody, because like I show these kids attention. I'm not here to show them what's on my phone. I want to see the life lessons that these kids can see. It's so beautiful being around kids, because like the stuff that they see, it makes you really like take a couple thoughts back into the point where it's like, dang, like what would I be thinking? Like, what would I be thinking if that was me? Like I don't want them doing that. Why am I doing that? Like it makes you really reevaluate each step that you take. I remember when let's talk about it. I remember when I did have a woman who told me she was pregnant and I thought I was going to be a dad. I was the happiest dude ever, bro. Like I went to work like, oh my God, I'm going to be Papa Zay, like I was so excited. And everything I did that day, like every single step forward that I took, I was thinking like, well, what is she gonna think? Like if I was having a daughter, what is he gonna think? if I did that. So it made me literally I felt like a perfect person that day because I reevaluated every single thing I did. And that was one of the first times I've ever done that. Like, it's so easy to wake up and just, you can say you're going to have a good day, but like you just coast through it, and by you coasting through it, you're not really seeing what some of your decisions are doing. So that's really easy to fall into. And I think that's, I mean, like, I've done it. I've definitely done it. But where do we find the answer to that? How do we give this passion to these young parents and to these kids? I know I definitely don't have the answer, but I'm reaching out so I can be that voice. So someone who does have an answer can at least connect with these children and these kids or young parents, because some of these parents are kids themselves. Well, it turned out that the woman was never pregnant. Okay, I just forgot what I was talking about. But so I was demolished after that. I'd actually found out she was. The reason I found out she wasn't pregnant is because she cheated on me, and then I got very upset because I was thinking, like, oh my god, that's my baby inside of her right now, and and I found out that there was no baby inside, so I felt a lot better after the fact. But yeah, parenthood. It's we need to have better reasons on why you want to be a parent. But who am I to say so? If I can get some parents on the Zay Show that could talk about it, I think that'd be awesome. It definitely would be a point of contact that we could do. That'd mean the world, because I think these parents get trapped in feeling like they need to be the best parent for these kids, which you do, but don't. If you're not fully yourself yet, how are you supposed to provide for these kids? I don't get that at all. Like, how are you supposed to? You can't provide for anybody if you don't know yourself. So remember to put yourself first. Like, definitely love for your kids. I'm not saying that, but make sure you're in a mental spot before doing so. And I know sometimes kids can come on accident, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm an accidental child myself. But let's figure out the reasons on why we want to have kids versus holding a relationship together or something to do so. So not only are parents being trapped, but those kids that are brought up in those situations, I feel like are trapped to a lifestyle that of their own. I mean, I was trapped on wanting to become who I felt my father would love. So I started doing all these things. I started wearing one color, started cutting my hair a certain way, started listening to a certain type of music, started walking a certain way, and having all that. I mean, I was trapped on becoming someone that wasn't me. And then as soon as I embraced on who I was, I'm getting back to it. The power of I am. I took off. I'm taking off like a rocket. This is my year this year. I mean, I feel like nothing can stop me. And I'm only telling people that because find out who you are. I mean, get out of that barrier that you're in and you're trapped. I know there's people listening right now that are locked in a dark room or in a bad relationship that don't want to, they feel like they need to stay just to be in an easier environment. You also got parents feeling like they can't leave their bum broke baby daddy or baby mama because I want to be a family, and that's the reason why you did so. There's so many ways that we can all get trapped in. Where are the keys, man? Like, mine for me personally would be I found myself, and I don't care if people are annoyed by it. I don't care if you don't like it. I'm finally learning I woke up not for other people. And hey, shout out Jaden, Lydia, Camry, everybody that's watching. I see all your comments. Shout out. I appreciate you all. Make sure you tune into Latin Evolution Radio. Download this app, okay? Thank you so much. And me, myself, I actually meant to bring this up to the team. I'm looking for a house. Yeah, I'm looking for a house. They're looking at me right now. But you need to hit up the Delgado team for anything in regards to purchasing a house. They're going to get you right, and I know they're going to get me right too. I made it my goal this year to plant my feet down at the dealership I'm at, and I'm going to buy my first house. I'm speaking that to existence right now. I wasn't sure if I was going to stay in Minnesota or not, but it looks like the people need me, and I'm fine with being here. As long as everybody keeps tuning into the Zay Show, I'll stay. I'll definitely stay. I want to talk about something crazy that happened to me this week. At McKay's Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, Ram, I ran into this customer who he's a retired war vet, but he has been through hell. I mean, divorced with his wife, lost his kids. Like, obviously, it's his story to tell, but he told me I could share a little bit with you folks. his biggest thing that he told me was like he's being trapped in a mentality of still being back over there. And I never thought, how could I think about that before? I'm not in that mental space, you know. But the rehabilitation of our soldiers when they get back to the States, and then he explained it really well to me for the fact that he's used to having someone above him and someone underneath him. I listen to that person. These people listen to me. We have structure. We have a job to do, and we're going to do so. Then you come back to America. Well, everyone's fighting for the whole, well, you got to listen to me. No one wants to take structure. And no one taught him how to get to relive as an American. We teach these people how to literally murder and kill and be a soldier for us and do whatever we expect them to do to fight for our freedom in our country. But then when we get back, we don't train them on how to live. And that needs attention. So I want to shout out Andreas for bringing that light to me. And I hope I can spread that and bless others with seeing an outlook that we can maybe help more. So thank you so much. That definitely means the world to me. But he was trapped in that. I mean, we keep getting back to this trap topic. It's so easy to fall victim to it. I mean, you got people trapped in their jobs. I used to be there, but I broke the chains myself. And you got to release and do what you want to do. Find you. I mean, that's my answer for being trapped. I mean, there's a lot more ways too. Next week, I'm having Al Johnson. Shout out Al, my favorite principal from ALC. He is coming to the Zay Show. And I'm very excited to see what kind of things he can shed some light to in regards to some of the student stories he has seen in these previous years, being a principal in an inner city school and being, I don't know, he's one of the best principals or teachers I've ever seen in my life. Like, I could spill my life to him. And it just so happens I did when I was a kid, and he helped save my life personally. So shout out Al from ALC, because you are saving lives and not even realizing, and you're doing it with a smile on your face. So I'm happy that I can spread that light too. And I'm blessed to have you on the Zay Show next week on Latin Evolution Radio. He's going to be sitting here right next to me. And I can only imagine some of the stuff that's going to be said, because it is going to be nuts. Nuts. Okay, I got someone messaging me right now who's watching the show. So that's, I'm very interested to see what she's going to say here. Just got me a haircut and a new shirt here from Sophisticated Ladies and Gents in Waite Park. I meant to shout them out. And with me getting my haircut, I need to go get photos taken. Probably going to hit up Tiny Heart Studio, get some more headshots taken, make myself feel like a king again. This made my night for real. I'm going through the things you're speaking. Thank you. Of course, Lydia. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. That's the point, is a lot of people don't want to talk about these bad parts to life. They only want to show I got a new car, I got a new house, I'm doing good, I took a photo with this beautiful woman. Or, man, show the truth to who you are, because everyone goes through it, but no one wants to talk about it. And I'm very blessed to say that I'm not perfect. I'm working through all these things myself. I'm nowhere near perfect. I'm just I speak the truth. That's what makes me strive in myself. When I was a first car salesman at Miller, I won an award for integrity, and I had to look up what that meant. And it's doing things for the right reason. And I feel like me telling the truth on things is going to bring good things to me and the people around me. I mean, you literally touch one soul at a time. Thank you, Lisa, Bailey, everybody joining in here. We got a lot of folks here on Latin Evolution Radio in my live. We have the full show on Latin Evolution Radio's site. So you can either go to Latin Evolution Radio on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, and you'll see the full feed. You'll see it up on like the TV screen. It's absolutely nuts here. That's why I keep bouncing my eyes back to back. We're going to make America's hottest studio, So if you are out there trapped, you are drowning, you are going through anything, talk about it. I mean, you don't have to talk about it with me. I mean, obviously it's going to be a good thing if you talk about it with me, because you're going to meet some crazy people. But reach out to those people that you are comfortable with. Reach out to the people that you do see every day that you've been afraid of saying something to. I mean, take that leap. Definitely take that leap of faith and take that extra step to be courageous and do those little things, because the second you're out of that comfort spot that you're in, I just got stuck on that. The second you're out of that comfort spot that you're in, you're going to find so much beauty in this uncomfortable situations, and that's what life is. I mean, you're gonna find so many cool things. Hey, Catherine, appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you tuning in every single week. But seriously, we got a life to live. I mean, you might all think that you're trapped being in school, thinking that you'll never get out of the lifestyle that you're in, or that relationship you're in, or that mental space that you're in. I know my coworker. I'm not gonna call him out, but he's just going through a bad time right now, and like always in a bad mental spot. But it's okay. I mean, he's blessed with having me sit right next to him. So, and that could have been heaven sent. Believe in what you want. But he even said it to himself. He pulled me aside yesterday and he goes, "Man, like this desk has been open for a while, and maybe you coming here is what I needed." And he just spilled. He just absolutely spilled everything he was going through. And I wasn't there just to give him advice. I don't have advice for everybody, but sometimes people just need an ear to listen, just to know that I'm not crazy. Like all these things are happening, and you can talk about it. Shout out Russell Williams, my uncle. Hey, appreciate you for tuning into the Zay Show here. Miss you, definitely miss you. Since you moved out to Wisconsin, we'll have to come out to Wisconsin and see what kind of show we can do out in the woods for Latin Evolution Radio. But you dream it, we can do it. Ain't that right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But please keep tuning in, keep sharing these messages, keep sharing these stories, and also just like I said, please share the live, share the video, because you could have someone around you right now that hasn't spoken up, that just needs to hear a voice or needs to have someone that's willing to listen to them. So let me be that person. Like, share to bless the ones that are trapped around you. Share for the ones that are Hansel and Gretel around you. I mean, you might not even know what some of these people are going through, because usually it's the ones that aren't saying anything. So do that. Be that person who speaks up to those people that might be having a bad day. It's hard. I mean, it's really hard. I know myself. I used to close myself when I was trapped. I was trapped in such a mental of being this gangster, being like a dude that was just thug. I felt like I just needed to be that dude that kicked it. Like I needed to be that guy that I was hearing about in these songs, you know? So then when I had these good people around me telling me like, Isaiah, that shit's dumb. Like you need to quit doing that. You need to get a job. I'd be like, bro, get out of my face, you know? Like, cause I was trapped in that mental. That's why I said there's a mental trap and a mental jail that you can put yourself in. And I was there. And I know a lot of you watching are there right now. So reach out, find that light, find that little keyhole, find your keys, find who you are, find that passion, find the things you like to do, find the people around you, and give them love, give them a hug, share your ideas, share your stories, or more or less trace your dreams and live your own story. And that's the challenge. You know, I feel like I just recently started living. But through hell and back that I've been, I mean, I feel like 25 was like, Isaiah, you're living, you're here for a reason. And I am. I mean, I'm talking to all you guys. I'm meeting all these opportunities. I'm meeting crazy people on the hottest radio station out, at the craziest dealership in town, McKay's Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, Ram, Fiat. Either way, I'm there, you know? There's so many good things and so many smiles we have given this year. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Sierra, Christian, Russell, Catherine. Man, I'm seeing some familiar faces here on Latin Evolution Radio live. Thank you so much. I'm going to have my guest back for next week. We are going to talk about trap some more. If you feel trapped in any way and you feel like you have no way out, you don't have a point of contact, I have like 5 different Facebooks. I got Zay the Salesman, The Zay Show, Isaiah J. Williams. Hit any of them up, and we've been here. I've been through rough times. Definitely a smile can go a long way. Don't do that anymore. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you for reaching out. Thank you for sharing all the posts, and thank you for so much for the support. We're going to be back with another episode of Trapped, but break those barriers. I challenge all you guys, break your own barriers, step outside that room, step outside that comfort zone, and see what comes. And share with me what comes. Challenge yourself this week. We'll have like a week challenge. See how many people that you can make smile and see what it does for you. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning in to the Zay Show, Latin Evolution Radio. And please, keep on tuning in, keep on sharing. Yes. And have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much. Yeah.